good morning, or well, maybe good noon, good afternoon. I don't know. Depends where you are. But it's Wednesday, July 2nd. I'm Justin Perry. If you're sitting here watching this, it's because you, for whatever reason, enjoy a whole bunch of stats being thrown at you, a whole bunch of bets being thrown at you. And we got a lot of that for you today. Now, the first game of the day starts at about 12:10. I hit record at around 11:40. So hopefully I can get this posted in 30 minutes. Somehow I doubt it. I might just tweet the first plays. For those who just want them immediately, we're taking the Rays first 5 run line and for them to score on Spence a little bit here. Let me just double check that one last time. I don't have the plays up yet. Sorry, I was wrong. Plays are up. I just didn't have my sheet up. I took the Athletics under the first 5 team total 1.5 for -125, and the Rays first 5 money line -140. So a little expensive to start the day. First 2 plays. I'm just going to tweet it right now. If you're watching the video, you can be like, "Oh, I saw him tweet it." Making the video now. Probably won't be posted before 12:10. So, and then I'll just take the plays, copy and paste. Making today's baseball video now. Probably won't be posted. So here are the first 2 plays. All right, cool. Hello. Welcome back in. First 2 minutes, a little different today. I'm a little late. I had to go to the doctor. I got like one of these stupid things on my arm. Whole 9 yards. If you missed it last night, debuted our new show over at Shot Quality Bets, which is called Hoops Chat. You need to go follow us on YouTube. I know it's 2 YouTubes. I'm sorry. My personal one and my work one. But you can follow Shot Quality Bets, and next week's going to be the WNBA episode. These are much more replayable episodes, which is fun because you can go and listen whenever. And it was great to have Matt Winnick on, one of the sharper analysts in space for college and pro basketball right now. So definitely recommend giving it a listen, and we'll do that every Tuesday night. So thanks for checking it out. All right, so first 2 bets. Trusting Pepio. Pepio. If it's French, it's Pepio. Pepio, Monsieur Pepio, bonjour, bienvenue à Tampa Bay. Yeah, so good value on him. He struggled, I think, in his last time out. High performer in terms of my performance grades. If you're new, if you've never seen this stuff before, what the hell is this guy showing me? What are these grades? What are these numbers? I take the stuff that you see normal people talk about, ERA and WHIP, and I use that as a baseline to try to say, all right, well, maybe where are people coming in? I bring in some extra stuff from Fangraphs, some Sierra, FIP, XFIP, K rate. I don't really use the K rate. And I try to use these 3 to determine what maybe that next level of analysis is seeing. And then for myself, I really kind of go into the pitch level, which is really comes from the pitcher list metrics, which I adore. Big fan. Hopefully going to be putting out some writing on this stuff soon. At least definitely going to have something in July. So I use that to really hone in on what's happening under the hood. So what we're really doing is betting the spots where maybe the ERA and the WHIP are wrong, and trusting the PLA and the PLV along with the SIERA, FIP to give us a better idea of what's really going on under the hood. And then I basically built out secret formula equations, Krabby Patty secret formulas, third SpongeBob reference in 24 hours for me. Same one, so technically only 2. But these numbers all come from a special combination of those metrics in ways I won't tell you. So I think that's fair. Value grades, the tracker there. Value grades, they have letters, but the numbers are probably more important. Letters are just a little easier. But let's get into it. We got 18 games today, and I think I made 25 bets, which is actually pretty low considering that I make about 2 bets per game. and I probably bet close to, 2/3. So yeah, that's pretty correct. 18 games, 24. It's pretty accurate. It's a lot of bets. If you don't like this strategy of 2 bets a game, almost every game, I understand. You can pick and choose your spots. I can't promise as much for like one specific game as I can for the long term. Like I know we'll do okay. I think we've lost a little juice since we started doing the videos and posting the tweets, but that's mostly because we got absolutely wiped out last weekend. Like I had one of the worst weekends of betting I've had in a while. I think it was gross. So that happens. We bounced back very nicely. If you followed yesterday's plays, you're probably pretty happy with me. You're probably watching it for that reason. No promises today. Should be an interesting one. A lot of day games. Took some unders, took some dogs. Not because I wanted to, just because the data said to. So let's get into it. I'll rattle them all off. Give it a like, give it a follow. I don't really care. This is for the people who enjoy it and want to be here and no one else. So thanks. All right. Gray Keller. Another early one, a few minutes after. I took Gray. I think he stays hot. So played first 5 money line, -128 for St. Louis, and that was it. I didn't really want to touch the runs here, so a rare one play on this game. Have Gray better than Keller, and seeing the market overvalue Keller a little bit here. I'll take Sonny Gray in the cards. First 5 money line only play. All right, now some doubleheaders. So make sure with the doubleheaders you're being careful. Detroit, Washington, we're going, at least with this, it's not too bad because I'm taking Washington and their team total over in both of their games. So they're independently done. You can see them both here. But Olsen has a D-, expected to be doing a lot worse than he is, sitting at an 11 in the expected market performance, mostly because he's a 3 ERA, 1.17, FIP sitting at 2.95, but you get to the expected ERA, 4.76 from pitcher list. We'll see. Maybe just want to make sure it's the right one. It is. So there's nothing weird going on there. Sometimes last names only can mess up the system, but I usually take pretty good care. If you feel like something's off, just let me know and I'll change it. All right. So yeah, both Detroit National games. I took Nationals in both. So we'll do 2 birds with 1 stone here. You can see Reese expected to be doing pretty bad. And then also down here, Flaherty, a B- isn't crazy. Again, a C is average. So like B- is like the first value grade above average, but a -7 on the performance versus a -6 in the market. So you're not necessarily getting anyone to be like, oh, well, Jack Flaherty's really good. Why? I'm going to give you a really high price on him. No, people probably understand he's struggling a little bit right now, but I don't know. The systems are pretty close to average. So not average, on expectation. My apologies. So he's not that great. And Gore is good. So I'll take Nationals here to score some runs on Flaherty and win the first 5 money line in that one. And the same thing goes up here. Trevor Williams. Yeah, it's going to be ugly, but Reese Olson's probably a little bit more ugly. I'll take the sharp contrarian viewpoint of going and taking the guy with a 5.65 who has good value, who's not 20 points worse than my expectations. Reese Olson right now, 20 points worse than my expectations. Is pretty big. All right, so 2 doubleheader there, 2 birds, 1 stone. Prices on those: Washington Nationals, game 1, first 5, team total over 1.5 was -145, a little expensive. But again, Reese should allow 2. Washington game 1, first 5 money line +122. I like that. I like that price. Then Washington game 2, first 5 money line was -105, so a little bit more support there for Gore because he's very good. But -105, great price. And then Nationals first 5 team total over 1.5 again. Maybe some respect for Flaherty here, but -145 again. So Nationals to score 2 runs in the first 5 innings in both those games would make me a very happy gambler. All right, Pivetta, Abel for Nats, Phillies. I took Pivetta here. He's been a little troublesome, some B+ because You're going to see some of the iffiness in the ERA. 3.36 isn't that bad, but when you're pitching at San Diego a lot, you would expect a bit better. Pitcherless does. The FIP is a little lower, and then going against Nick Abel, who has not been great at 12.47 quality pitch minus bad pitch percent versus Pivetta, who's up there near the 20s, and you can see a lot of the best guys kind of hit the 20-point mark. Pivetta, Junk. We'll talk about Junk in 2 seconds. What a day. This is going to be a great day. I mean, there's games starting at 1. There's games starting at noon. There's games starting at 2. There's games starting at 4. I don't know if there's a break. $12:10, $12:30, $1:05, $2:30. All right, there's a break. I'm sorry. They're going to resume the suspended game. And then technically, I think they start the next game immediately. So there's going to be ball on all day. Great news. Great news. There's going to be bets going all day. All right. I think we're not even halfway down the list. We've said we're doing Tampa. We've said we're doing St. Louis. We said Washington in both. We've said, I'm about to say, take in the Padres in the first 5 money line here behind Pivetta, minus 115 to beat Abel, and then trusting Pivetta again to keep the Phillies under 1.5 first 5 team total runs instead of maybe going to to the Padres to beat up Abel. I don't know how that's going to go. I just don't. So I'm leaving that part out of it. I'll bet on Pivetta today. That's where we're at. Little station reset on the ones here. 10-10 wins. You give us 20 minutes. We'll give you some bets. I do not claim these are the best bets in the world. I'm not going to promise you they're going to win money. You need to evaluate that yourself. This is what I'm betting. I have won money long term. I've done well doing this type of style. And we've won 16 of our last 20 results in the last 2 days. So before that, not so pretty. Don't ask me about that. But everything's been pretty good. Playing like minus 109 average lines on losses and a little bit above even. So maybe a couple units down right now after an abysmal weekend, a good bounce back, blah, blah, blah. All right. Freddie Peralta, Clay Holmes, game 1 here in New York in Flushing, Queens. I almost said Boogie Down Bronx. It's not where it is. No bet on Peralta Holmes today. Maybe a little bit expecting the Mets to do okay here and hit Peralta, but not enough. Not enough. Peralta, it's just not. There's not any bad value against him. He does well. He's a good pitcher. 5.10 PLV is pretty legit. He's not throwing great stuff, but he's still getting Ks. Like, it's working. He can get out of jams. I'm okay here. Plenty of action. Right into game 2 for Philly and Padres. I took a bet here. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. C. Sanchez has no action for me. Sorry. Both pretty good. I'd look to the under, depending on how that first game goes. That's an interesting, I guess, conundrum of dealing with doubleheaders. Is there is obviously these are not independent, and no baseball game really is. You could probably argue, right? Because who pitched the day before matters, because the bullpen might not be available. So they're not fully independent. They're just not. Can I finish that thing? Can I take this stupid thing off my arm yet? Yeah, it's been an hour. Literally don't even know where he put it in. It's so small. Crazy. It's barely even blend. So yeah, nothing there. Nothing on C. Sanchez. Look to the under depending on how that first game goes, because I want potentially a spot where, especially a higher scoring game where you see guys like Bryce and Trey and Schwarber taking a lot of swings, or Machado. Like, again, it's still conditioning. So I'd look for the under if there's an elongated game or a lot of scoring in game one, but conditionally. Richardson junk. I'm not a Richardson guy. Woods Richardson, but he can come out in my system as Richardson. D- versus an A+. You're just not going to get any more clear than that, folks. Take Miami. Stay on Miami today. Money line first 5 minus 105. They've won 8 in a row. They might not win this game, but I do expect them to score on Richardson. Miami's first 5 team total over 2.5 plus 124. All right, almost at the bottom. Sorry. Let's see. What have we've covered? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 11 bets halfway through. So it'll be about a 30-minute video. Good thing I sent that tweet out. We'll have stuff out before that 12:30 game, which is St. Louis, Pittsburgh. So hopefully that'll do all right. See if I got any love on my tweet. Tweets has not been doing good. Give me some love on the Twitter, folks. I don't know what Elon's doing to me. Maybe because I took my blue check away and he's mad. I would understand. But it's all for science. I really don't care about my Twitter. I just care about delivering good content. So like whatever that turns out to be, like if it's just putting stuff on YouTube and building the base on YouTube, that's fine. It's fine. All right. No Cease Sanchez. Just said Richardson junk. We're on Miami. Let's go fish. Set up north. Canada Day. I'm not a Warren fan. I'm not. He got out of some big jams last time out. We lost some money. I don't think it's going to be that easy for him this time or get lucky for him this time. And you can see the quality pitches versus the bad pitches is not great. The FIP looks really good, but I'll trust the 4.19 more than the 2.28, especially, the XFIP goes up a little bit. 29.6% strikeout rate. That's not going to continue. Or if it does, honestly, like good for him. But like you're talking about, that's up with Flaherty and Misio today. So no thanks. I will go ahead and I'll take the Toronto Blue Jays first 5 money line plus 108, first 5 team total over for my heaviest bet of the day, minus 160. Everyone's always seemed to do really badly. I'm guessing that Warren's going to come out here and make me look stupid again. And that guess would never keep me off the play because it's just a pure human guess, and the data obviously says to you fade Warren. All right, Martinez Bello. If you're not new, we hate Bello. Not that we hate him. We love him. We love the value we're getting. A negative 20 here, a D-. Go ahead. Cincinnati Reds. Second game doesn't really matter. It's going to be off the resumption. Bello's meatballing these days. First 5 team total over 2.5 plus 110. First 5 money line plus 105. Going to be a little bit more of the plus money in here. There's a minus 156, a minus 140, but also a plus 136, plus 130. So I'm glad to see some of those. Misirowski, Blade Tidwell here. The second game for the Mets. I did not bet this one. Not really enough on Tidwell. Not really enough on Misio. I might go to this one. Literally just going to grab a solo ticket for like $70 and sit close and watch. I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to watch this kid throw 96-mile-an-hour sliders. He throws sliders and 100-mile-an-hour fastballs. That's what he does. Strike out 3 batters in every inning. He can just do it. So I might go check that out. But no play for me there. As for the Angels versus the Braves, I did take Atlanta first 5 team total over 2.5. Don't trust Kikuchi, but I also don't trust Fuentes. I know the numbers look good here, but it hasn't really translated, and I'll trust some of this a little bit. So I combined the totals and took the game total first 5 over 5.5 plus 110. So expecting them both to kind of struggle, and I'll hope for a lot of runs in that game. Solo play on Baltimore, Texas. I took Baltimore first 5 team total money line. Sorry. Baltimore first 5 money line. No team total. Just first 5 money line. You say the same thing too much, it gets stuck in your head. And here's why. Eovaldi looks awesome. Sugano looks terrible. And my stuff says that isn't necessarily wrong. It's just not that true. And that's good enough. That's good enough. A first 5 money line here at plus 136 is a good price, believe it or not. It could happen. It could happen. And probably a little bit of a better odds than what we're getting here at plus 136. Not by much, but considering the VIG, I like this. All right, a couple more games. A triple here. We don't do too many triples, but when we do triples, we must like something. So both. I like this spot here because sorry, it's not triple. My apologies. I'm just misreading. I'm tired. They injected me with some crazy shit today. I don't know. Chicago first 5 money line. Sorry, Chicago Cubs first 5 money line minus 156 is going to be a play here. I think you just want to fade Bybee. So we'll also take the first 5 team total over 2.5. And again, maybe you at home, you don't like the team level stuff and you don't take the team totals. You can't find the market. I mean, my PPH book has them now. So pretty easy to find outs in this market. Not really like 2 years ago where it was only DraftKings. And then last year, maybe you'd see a little bit of like BetMGM or FanDuel, someone rear their head. But now 4 or 5 books will have this market. But if you don't like it, you can just go team level. They apply to both. So at some point, I'll go back and take a peek at which actually won more. But in terms of how it's been feeling, I do think it gives us a really good shot to go 2-0 and a really good shot to avoid 0-2. And that's why I'll stick with it. All right, Colorado, Houston. I faded Hunter Brown with 1 play. I'm not going to take Colorado money line in the first 5, but I am going to take the Colorado team total over 1.5 at minus 135. That is a good price. That is a good price. That's a low number and a good price. I know Hunter Brown is good at 32 on the market performance, but come on, I have him 20 points worse. It doesn't matter that he's still good. It matters that line should not be 1.5 at cores for this offense the way Colorado is playing. It should be 2.5, and it should be plus money, or maybe even. But over 1.5 minus 135 to get 2 runs in 5 innings at cores against anyone, I'll take it. Almost anyone. Maybe Scooble could figure it out. But like still, this is a good price. I might lose it. I would still feel the same way. I could lose and I'd look at you in the eyes and I'd tell you it again. You should bet 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 it again. So betting works. Betting is not conditional on winning or losing. You bet whether or not you're going to win or lose. You have to be happy whether or not you won or lost. If you're going to be mad about your bet because it lost, you shouldn't make the bet. If you're only going to be happy if the bet wins, you're going to be like, I knew I shouldn't have made it. No. Then you didn't know you should not have made it because you made it. Don't make it. The best bet is often the one not made. Thank you. 2 more games. Seattle, first 5 run line, minus the half run, minus 125. Give me Logan Gilbert. Give me that A rating. There's 3 A pluses. We didn't really talk about Fuentes. I'm not sure what's going on with him. I took the over in that one. The A plus is a little concerning there, given his numbers. The 14 also keeps you away from grades. The grades, the letter grades don't have the pitches thrown factor in. So yes, plenty of value, but only in this tiny amount of time. So how accurate is it? If anything, you want to reduce this 34 here by some severity related to the lack of confidence we have from the pitches thrown. I digress. Logan Gilbert against Cameron here. I'm taking Gilbert. We're expecting him to do a little bit better. Royals did some scoring last night. This Gilbert guy is awesome. He's awesome. A whip under 1. So I'll go Seattle first 5 run line minus 125. Royals first 5 team total under 1.5 at minus 140 is pricey. But it's a good place to pitch. And this is a good pitcher. All right, last but not least, San Francisco Giants money line. Going to go ahead and fade Merrill Kelly here. Both C's. But you can see the neon light, I don't know, cyan, blue light up because Merrill Kelly is performing at a 15-point level. I have him at a negative 3-point level in my understanding of him. That's going to be the difference between what something like PitcherList is seeing and what something like FanGraphs is seeing. You want to have both to understand where everyone in this market is coming from. If you really want to play, you can probably do the first 5 over for Burke and Kershaw, but I'm not touching it. It's ugly. It's ugly. It's ugly. And you're probably not beating the market to it. So, as I said, did not get it done. We did about 25 minutes, did not get this done before that first game. But that second game starts in 30 minutes from when I'm hitting end recording. Should have it published in about 10 minutes. Hopefully enough of a, it's a feast of plays. That was a feast of plays. So, if you want the sheet, you're interested in getting all that stuff, you can shoot me a DM. I do sell it, but I don't market it. Going to build a website to put it all on and create some type of membership at some point, but I am busy, lazy, and pretty happy with this. And again, not really trying to sell stuff. I just don't like it. I'd much rather give everything away for free and have fun. That said, there are costs to doing things, so it's a balance. I will be back tomorrow for another video. Hopefully we do pretty well here tonight. A lot of plays. Please be responsible. I've won money betting. People say only 1% of gamblers do that. Maybe. But a lot of people lose. Bet responsibly. Bet too little. Even if it doesn't get your juices going. My standard bet size does not get me hyped. I don't care. The money isn't going to scare me if I lose. A full day, maybe. If I go 0-25 today, yeah, I'm going to be a little upset. But like Jay-Z said, you really got to be able to go 0 for 82 and look at anyone and say, it's gravy. It's fine. And that's why we use 100-unit bankrolls, because you really need to have 100 units of money that you can lose. Because you might go down to 15, and then you might get it back up to 100. And you might go to 115, and then you might go back to 20. You don't know. But what we do know is that data leads the way, process, and not allowing yourself to get tripped up by emotion and result leads to more efficient, analysis at the end of the day. Thanks for watching. Good 30 minutes. Like, subscribe, whole 9 yards. Follow me on Twitter. Watch all the other stuff. Or don't. I don't really, If you're here already, you are. So thank you, viewer, for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.